This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Alivo's seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Ty Higgins. New and now at OhioAgNet.com, President Trump announced yesterday the USDA will distribute $12 billion in one-time bridge payments to support farmers still contending with volatile markets, high input costs, and prolonged trade uncertainty. Trump said the money will come from tariff revenue the U.S. has collected over the past year. Up to $11 billion of the funds will be used for the Farmer Bridge Assistance Program, which will provide relief to row crop farmers, including those who grow corn, soybeans, wheat, barley, oats, and other commodities. Get all the details now at OhioAgNet.com. And while you're there, read the highlights from the 2025 Buckeye Shepherds Symposium and listen to the latest Ohio AgNet podcast. As farmers wrap up the 2025 season and begin planning for 2026, many are facing a familiar challenge. Input costs are climbing while crop prices remain stagnant. Fertilizer prices, which hit record highs in 2022, fell for a few years but are on the rise again. Jeremy Edger farms in Darke County. He talks about one of the ways he is trying to keep input costs at bay.
I use a lot of biologicals to try and offset a lot of my fertility because I feel like if I can keep my soil healthy and the microbes active, then I can utilize what we've been putting in the ground for the last 40, 50 years and not seeing much benefit out of it. Now I think we can do that.
Edger says he's not surprised that many of his neighbors are taking similar steps to protect their bottom line.
I think farmers in Ohio, just from what I've ran into and my experience, is they are probably more likely to try new things. I think if guys will take that step and try it, I think most of them will find out that they like it. I will say there are some caveats to it because you really need to understand what you are doing on your farm. You need to understand what your nitrogen efficiency is on the farm. Because if you're not familiar with those numbers, it's going to be very difficult for biological products to help you out. Like, for instance, on nitrogen, on our farm, we're only running a total of 35 gallon of 28. Now that's split up in multiple passes to kind of spoon feed the corn, but we're putting a little on a plant. We're putting probably the bulk of it at side dress, and then I come back in and Y drop later, and we've reduced the amount of nitrogen, I would say probably a good 15 to 20%, and then we let the Pivot Bio pick up the balance. But the key is you've got to cut your nitrogen to give it a shot.
There's a full video online about Edger's use of biologicals on his farm at OhioAgNet.com. Let's get a check of the forecast now, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan Martin.
US 30 northward. We have plenty of clouds here for the rest of the afternoon, and I won't rule out a few flurries. I will tell you, though, the bigger snows and better snows are farther north, staying north of Lake Erie. I also have to watch for a little bit of lake-enhanced snow in northeastern Ohio as we move through late afternoon and evening. Clipper number 2 that's moving across the Great Lakes has a bigger chance at putting precipitation down tonight through tomorrow in Ohio. Better coverage, around 80%. We can see a coating to an inch or two out of that. Then for Thursday, we are dry before another round of moisture tries to come through on Friday. It's pretty light, but it is, again, accumulating snow. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Back with the markets after this on the Ohio AgNet.
When you combine the advanced technology of Enlist E3 soybeans with Seed Consultants' dedication to performance in the eastern Corn Belt, it's a simply better experience. Our Seed Consultants brand soybeans are hand-selected, tested, and proven to perform in your conditions, backed by the local knowledge of Seed Consultants sales professionals. Bind to better soybeans with reliability and results packed into every variety. Visit seedconsultants.com.
Before we get midday markets, let's get some news behind the numbers. From Leist Mercantile, here's Ryan Metzger.
This data represents the volume of grain that has been physically loaded out for export for the week ending December 4th. Corn had 57 million bushels inspected, which was just above industry expectations, with notable buyers being Mexico, Japan, and Colombia. Soybeans had 37 million bushels shipped. This was at the low end of industry expectations, with notable buyers listed as China for the first time this crop year, followed by Japan, Indonesia, Spain, Taiwan, and Pakistan. Wheat had 14.5 million bushels inspected. This was at the high end of industry expectations, with notable buyers including Mexico, Vietnam, South Korea, and the Philippines. Please visit our website at leistmercantile.com to learn more about our crop insurance, grain marketing program, and brokerage services.
Thanks so much, Ryan. At midday, corn a bit higher by 2.5 for December at 438 3/4. March up a penny and a half at 445 1/4, and corn for May 452 3/4, up a penny and a half as well. Soybeans going the other direction. The January contracts down by 2.5 at 1091 1/4. March beans 1102 a bushel, down 3 3/4. Soybeans for May down 4 1/4 at 1112 1/2. December wheat no change, 536 a bushel. July down 3/4 at 549 1/2. Wheat for September, 561 1/2, down by a penny and 1/4. Markets at midday brought to you on the Ohio AgNet by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. At the Merc Live cattle for December down 25 points at 227.07. February 226.90, up 22 cents. December lean hogs down 32 at 81.97. February 81.62, down 77. Feeder cattle for March up 22 points at 330.65. The April 329.80, up by 7 cents. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Ty Higgins. We'll see you down the road.